Hello. Okay, so I promised I would do a live yesterday, and you guys are phenomenal, by the way, because that was so awesome that, hold on. Okay, sorry. Hopefully, am I still on? I had to put my phone on airplane mode just in case. But you guys were so awesome to give me so many good ideas about things that I can do lives on. So thank you for all giving me such great ideas. So I decided today, I actually had a lot of questions for how I did my curls yesterday, and I did do them a little bit different than I normally do, so I thought I would go ahead and do a video on that. And I'm trying to, I get torn between, so I bought this nice new camera, not the one I'm on right here, but another one that I have set up for videos for YouTube. And I get torn because I really like doing lives so that I can talk to you guys, and I feel like I'm much more normal. I'm not such a weirdo when I'm just talking to myself on the camera. So if you know, I'm trying to set up the camera too over here so that I can then upload it to YouTube in a better quality video, because people get bugged on YouTube that it's not like a good quality video. So we're gonna try some new things today. Okay. Okay, so questions that are coming in already. Where's my shirt from? It's from Bohme Boutique. So when I get done with this, I will find it for you and I will link it for you, if hopefully they have it online, because I did pick it up in the store. And so are my earrings from there too, because I will probably get asked that. Okay, so again, we're going for the curls that I had yesterday, which are soft. They're kind of just really like a wave, like a really loose wave, and it was super easy. So this hairdo was, you know, yesterday's hair, and I did sleep on it, okay? So I brushed through it. Oh, another question I get asked a lot is how I do my hair, or how I brush my hair at night with all the back combing and product in it. So I like to use the Tangle teezer brush. I've told you guys about this so many times, and it is the best brush ever, but I will just use that and to just kind of brush through it lightly. I don't completely like comb out all of the roots so that it's super, super duper smooth. I leave some of that back combing in there mostly because I just don't want to deal with the breakage. And then when I wash my hair, I shampoo it, and then that breaks down a lot of the product, and then I condition it, and the conditioner kind of works through some of that back combing. So it all works out good, and then you don't get a lot of breakage. Let's see. Okay, so let's get started. First things first, we are going to take sections. You guys know I always work in sections when I do my hair. I'm not gonna really worry. Well, let's go ahead and do my part actually. So with these bangs, right there. So obviously, because I slept on them, they're more side bangs, which is fine, because if you wanted to do more of a side part, you could do a side part. The key with the side part is making sure that you do have some hair over here that's longer so that it can come over, and then actually those little bangs will help give you some of that volume underneath and give you lift right there. But if you're gonna do a middle part, which I'm just gonna do today because that's what I had yesterday, so we'll just go with that. So I'm gonna take the bangs. So here's the key: second day bangs or third day bangs, or whatever day you're on. However many days you can go, that's great. You're gonna take them and you're gonna flat iron them forward. So you take very thin sections. It's so key right here to take thin sections, and you start right at the root, and you're just barely applying heat to them. And as they're cooling, I'm just kind of pulling them forward a little bit. So with that flat iron, you're kind of creating a shape like this. So you're starting here, and then you're quickly rounding it to create a little bit of a bevel. Dude, River, no, sorry. It's the dog trying to eat my clips. Okay, so then you're creating a little bit of a bevel in the hair. So then you're gonna take the next section. Again, super small sections is key to this. What's a good product to use for heat damage? A good product to use for heat damage is the, hold on, I gotta turn this other camera off because, one sec. Because I'm like not even in the video, so I didn't set it up very good. Imagine that. Good heat protectant. I like the Aveda Damage Control. It's a wet heat protectant that you put on the hair when the hair is wet. So if you need a heat protectant for second day hair, I really like the Aveda Dry Conditioner, and it's the Shampoo Dry Conditioner. Okay, so you can see I'm just forwarding or pulling all of these forward and really kind of pulling them down a little bit as the hair is cooling. Okay. So you're just, as the hair's cooling, oh yay, I'm glad you're loving your bangs. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm only flat ironing the root right here, just like I did in the bang tutorial, where you're just flat ironing the root and then you're just, as the hair, what flat iron do I use? This is the Dura-Chi. I like flat irons that have a temperature control on them so that you can adjust the temperature to your hair type and what you need it on. Okay, so now that I've got that all pulled forward and I'm filling it and it's all nice and cooled off, now I'm gonna take and part it. So as far, I go back to kind of like the middle of the head, but everybody, depending on your head shape, everybody's head will be a little bit different there. So now, again, like if you watched my bang tutorial, you know that the whole reason that I like these kind of bangs is because they can be worn as bangs or not as much as bangs. So usually, sometimes when I do my hair curly, I like to not wear them as bangs as much just because they get in my way. So I will, when I flat iron those, to kind of get them off to the side. So I flat iron them all forward at the root, and the reason for that is to get a good smooth, like lifted volume right here. But then I just kind of take and with my flat iron them a little bit in the direction that you want them to go. Now you have to be careful with your bangs. You can definitely apply too much heat to them, and that's very common that people sizzle their bangs off because they put lots of heat on them. So be careful. Don't apply too much heat. Is the Chi better than the GHD? You know what? They're really all, I'm not partial to any one brand at all. I think there's a lot of things to look for. I like ceramic plates versus titanium plates. That's just a personal preference. And a temperature control. So those are the things that I look for. And yes, I can wear a side part with my bangs, absolutely. In the beginning of the video, I kind of showed how the bangs with the side part will give you just a little bit more volume, and it looks great too. 1 second. Ruger, hey, get. I'm back, sorry. He always, whenever I'm doing these videos, it's like he knows that I am doing something and he needs to be as naughty as possible, so he's getting into everything he can. His latest thing is he gets into the toilet paper. Dude, get out of here. He gets the toilet paper rolls out of the bathroom and shreds them all over the house. Okay, so we have this bottom section. The brush in the beginning is the Tangle teezer. So I will go through and link all of these things when I'm done. So yeah, the cat doesn't come out when Ruger is here. So she like hides under the bed or just runs or something. She doesn't like to make appearances with Ruger out. So I will try to link all these things when I'm done so that you have some reference. Okay, so I'm gonna wear the halo today. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about these front parts, but I'm gonna curl this underneath part first. So I have this is a 1 1/4 inch iron. I had to think about that for a minute. 1 1/4 inch iron is what we got here, okay? So how you're gonna do this is you know, I've taught you guys, you always start at the top. So you always start up here and roll it around, right? So this is kind of like how you would curl with the flat iron, except you're gonna do it with a curling iron. So you're gonna start here and you're gonna wrap it around like one time, and then you're just gonna slowly pull it through the hair, just like that. Ta-da! So super easy. You're just wrapping, you're gonna clamp it up at the top, you're gonna wrap it around like one full time, and then you're gonna kind of slightly open your curling iron with your finger so that you can easily glide your hair through. Why is your fringe called bangs? You can call it fringe or bangs, whatever suits your fancy. Whatever makes you happy. Let's see. So turn around, one full turn, and then pull it through. Do you use any store brand products? You know, that is something I probably should do. I buy products all the time from the beauty supply, and these are good professional grade products to try to compare them to what I currently use. And I always go back to my Aveda products because they're my favorite. Where? Okay, hold on, I gotta go grab my Halo Couture, or my extension. Okay, so I've got that first layer done, and then I'm gonna put my extension in. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm so unprepared today. Okay, let me comb this out. So, yes, I will save this live. Do you feel that you have a lot of hair? No, I have very fine hair, which is why I actually really enjoy putting in the Halo Couture extension for a little bit of extra thickness, because, so it's cut the same length of my hair. I just add it for a little bit of extra thickness because I feel like I have such fine hair. So let's see, hey. Someone asked, I did read this before I got started, someone asked if you could do this with a wand. I don't know that it can be done this particular way. I don't know if that can be done with a wand because you have to clamp it in the curling iron and drag it through. So, the comments are covering my face. Oh no, they're not in mine. Shoot. Well, as long as you can see my hair, that's all that's really important, right? Okay, so now I have my Halo. This is the Halo Couture. This is the brand that I use. I know there's lots of other brands out there, and you can use whichever one you would like. These are, the color is the Balayage 60 from Halo Couture. Okay, so you put that in, and just the nice thing is, so like this, it's already been curled, obviously, so I do not need to really curl that at all, okay? And these sit really low, which I love, so like I can still, you know, tuck my hair, it fills in your sides, it causes no damage. So you have to find a salon or a distributor near you for these extensions. They will not sell them online because they want you to get matched properly. So you have to find it. If you go to the Halo Couture website, you can find a salon that carries them by you. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my next section. Can I order them? Oh, what eyeshadow colors are you wearing? So today I have on Sabrina Crush right here, and then I did use the Plum lip and cheek on the outer corner, and then I used Zion and a little bit of Miha over that. Which all of the eyeshadows, by the way, they're all mascara eyeshadows, and they're on sale right now for $8, but a lot of them have sold out pretty quick. So hopefully the new ones will be back. And we're getting new ones, a whole bunch of new colors, new eyeshadows. So hopefully they will be available soon. Okay, so I have a whole section around here. Now, you guys know I love volume. So I have to have lots and lots of volume. So I like to create all my volume through the interior of the hair, right at the roots, nowhere else. So this is where all your volume comes from. Okay, so you're gonna hold the hair up. So this is all prior to curling it. You're gonna hold the hair up and you're gonna take your comb and you're gonna back comb a couple times right at the root. Can you see how close I am to the root? So I am literally only back combing right at that root, like a 1/2 inch. And then I'm gonna spray with the Aveda Air Control hairspray. I have tried other hairsprays to do this exact same technique. None of them work like Aveda's. Hey Lisa, none of them work like this Aveda one. Mostly because it's really lightweight and it doesn't like make your hair super stiff. So it's just nice and soft. Do you recommend for hair that is thinning on top? So if you have thinning hair, you can try like Aveda has a system called Embody that's made for hair growth. It stimulates the hair follicles and helps bring in some hair growth. Okay, so back combing and spraying all around the head in this anterior section. You could try something like that, or hair vitamins are great too. They're super good. Lots of hair vitamins. Okay, so I just got notified that this is a top live. So you guys have to do me a favor. If there's a bunch of creepers that start popping on here, will you please report them? Okay, now I'm not going to curl this just yet. Son of a, here they come. So I'm not gonna curl this just yet. I'm gonna take down my neck section and do the exact same thing. I know, there they are, okay. So heads up, if I leave and disappear, it's because I restarted my video because of those things. So, where did my clip go? Where did I do with my clip? I'm losing my marbles. Oh, it's back there. Oh my gosh. Just start reporting them. Can you do that for me? Okay, so I'm gonna back comb the neck section, exact same thing, holding the hair up, back comb, back comb, back comb, hold it up, and spray with the Air Control hairspray. If you have B12 vitamins, yes, B12 vitamins are so good. Okay, spray. We're just creating that volume right now in sections. Good job. Thank you, Whit. Keep going. Good job, Kaylee. Okay. So we're just back combing and spraying through this midsection. So this time I will curl. I'm gonna take bigger sections. We'll just take these big sections of hair to get the big curls. So that's the key thing right there. So now that we have 2 sections back combed, I'm gonna curl. So we're gonna take that first section, do the exact same thing, clamp the hair down, wrap it around once, and then just slightly pump that clamp open with your iron and then pull it through, okay? And then as it's cooling, you can kind of pull it down to straighten it even more. What Aveda do you recommend for fine hair? I really like, honestly, I love the Damage Remedy. The new cherry almond bark is a good one too. It's it's not super heavy, but it's not specific to any one thing. I love the Damage Remedy. The rosemary mint and the shampoo are also good. The Embody system's good too. Okay, clamp, wrap around, hold it for just a second, and then pull it through. The Aveda products on Amazon, I wouldn't buy them from Amazon just because nobody is supposed to be selling Aveda on Amazon, and you're gonna pay more money for it on Amazon. So I wouldn't buy it on Amazon. What teasing comb are you using? I am using Cricket is the brand. It's from the Beauty Supply, but any fine tooth comb will work well. So fine tooth. wrap around. Make sure you're super close to the roots here. How often do you have to replace your halo? I have had this halo for like 3 years. You do not have to replace them very often. They're human hair, so you have to be careful with them. As long as you take good care of them, then they will last you. Yes, you could do this with a 1 inch. You could also do it with a 1.5. You could do this with any size of iron. You're just gonna get a little bit different look depending on the size of iron, but I think it would be way cute with any iron. Do your arms get fatigued? They have, not, luckily, that's kind of one of the perks of having not very much hair, is they don't get fatigued all that easy. Because I don't have a lot of hair to like hold them up, so that's the good thing about having fine hair. No, Sally's or CVS doesn't sell Aveda. So again, now I'm starting in the back and I am back combing at the root. I'm doing the exact same thing I was doing before. Spray, and this hairspray helps hold your back combing in. So right at the root, wrap it around 1 time and then pull through. Only Aveda salons sell Aveda. You can find your local Aveda salon or you can order online. I do believe Nordstrom's carries Aveda now too. Yes, Aveda still does sell Blue Malva. What is the curling iron brand? Mine is a Hot Tools. I really like Hot Tools irons. They get hot, they have temperature controls, they work great. So next section, I'm just kind of working on the back right now. So back comb, you can see I only back comb a couple of times, like 1, 2, 3, and then push it in real tight. And I do this technique with every time I do my hair, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you've seen that. So I wrap it around, even when I do it straight, no matter how I curl it, I always back comb before I curl or flat iron, and it'll keep it in seriously twice as long. Let's see. I do not tone my hair. I use about once every 3 to 4 washes, I use the Firmata purple shampoo. And that's how I keep the brassiness out of my hair. And that shampoo, the more you use it, the more it builds on your hair. So it can really cut a lot of brass or kind of even give it that silvery hue if you use it more frequently. Okay, so now I'm working towards the front a little bit, but see how close I am to that root? So close to the root. That is where a lot of your volume comes from. So it's really natural to want to take these and do it down here, which is okay if that's the look you're going for, but if you want a lot of lift up here at your root, you've got to hold the hair straight up. You've got to get that curling iron right at the root. You're going to wrap it around 1 time, and then you're going to just pull it through. Now the key here is making sure you slightly open your curling iron as you're pulling it through so that it doesn't like stick through the hair. The barrel size is 1 1/4. Okay, now that I've got almost, I'm gonna do one more section and I kind of go to the middle of my head almost. Back comb as I'm pulling it back. What color of lipstick am I wearing? So this is one of my faves. It's the Matte Ink, Maybelline Matte Ink color Seductress. But I did use, which is key, I did use my mascara Contour Indigo as a liner first. How do I make sure I get all of my hair in the back? So by doing these sections like this is how I make sure I get all the hair in the back. Because when you're doing it section by section, you can see exactly what you're doing. Yes, okay. So now that I've worked to about the middle of my head, now I'm gonna split these and do the front part. So, kind of work through the part here, and then I kind of just use my fingers to go through and work out some of that back combing so that you don't have any holes, okay? So kind of like, and if you don't have fingernails, because fingernails help a ton with this, you could use just like a light pick or something like that to just kind of work through it softly. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the front. We have that. Now, when I do the front part, I usually don't like to curl these pieces right here around the face as much as everything else. Just so that, because I think when these get super curly, it can easily make you look like Shirley Temple is one, but it can also make you, it makes me feel like, I don't know, like a little girl, and it makes my face look more round. So I do like to keep these a little bit straighter through the front here. So I'm gonna take this big section, start at the closer to the top, but not at the top, wrap it around once, and pull it through. So difference here, and then as it's cooling, I'm just gonna kind of pull it down so that it smooths it out a little bit. So when you're doing these front pieces, you just, and I always curl away from the face, always away from the face. So you can see I'm not getting as close to the root here because I don't want a ton of like curl right here. I kind of want it a little bit flatter through here, and I want the curl mostly through this region, so that's where I started. And you can see this section, I'm not even back combing up here because I did all of my back combing in the interior, so I don't even need to back comb up here. But right up here, right to the root, wrap it around, hold it for just a sec, and then pull it out. Just keep going. And then I kind of, when I get towards the ends, I don't really worry about those ends very much. I don't put too much curl in them. Let's see, so wrap it around. What temp is my curling iron at? I believe mine's like 350. But all of that will depend on your hair and your hair texture. Because if you don't, well, that one's crazy at the end, see that? Probably from where I slept on it, so we'll fix that with the flat iron. So if you have coarser, thicker hair and you don't color it, then you may need to do a higher temp, or if you're blonde and your hair's super fine, then you can lower it. So see how this one's crazy? So now I'm just gonna take my flat iron and pull it straight down to kind of fix that piece right there. And then any others, if there's any other edges that I want them a little bit straighter, then you can just kind of pull those out. So see how it just really does put like just a really nice wave in the hair. And this absolutely can be done on long hair too. Like 100%, you do the exact same thing, but just continue pulling it all the way through. So then with these bangs, I'm just gonna take them and kind of round them out. And then again, as they're cooling, that's something that's, you hear me say that a lot, but it's because it really does make a big difference. But when you heat the hair up, however it cools down is where it's gonna be more likely to stay. So when I do like the bangs, if I wanna get them to stay over here, I kind of flat iron them in that direction. And then as they're cooling, then I hold them there and it'll keep them there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Pretty simple, right? Not too hard. Then we'll finish off. Yes, I will save this, and then I actually will probably post it to YouTube too. Some suggestions for someone who does not hold curl. So, couple things. If your hair has a hard time holding curl, you may need more texture to it. Number two, if you spray your hair prior to curling it with like this Aveda Air Control hairspray, it will help to kind of set the hair. And then when your hair's wet, if you use some sort of a mousse or a gel on the hair when it's wet to help give it some hold, that will also help hold your curls too, and give them, because your hair is probably super soft and really fine, or it may even be fine, but you just may have a lot of it, so it just falls right out because it's heavy. Do you prefer curling with a flat iron or curling iron? Honestly, I love curling with anything. I just like to do different ways because they all give you different looks. So I like to try everything and anything I can because it'll all give you a different look. Can someone with a large forehead pull off the middle part? I absolutely think you can. I mean, I have a large forehead. My forehead is rather big and I still part it down the middle. The key to it is to making sure you have some good lift and volume, I feel like, right here around your hairline so that it's not just like super slick to your face. Yes, my cut is basically a one length cut with lots of texture. So tons of texture. My hair creates natural texture because it breaks and it's blonde and it's fine. But if you have thicker hair, then you'll cut in lots more texture. So on these bangs, I'm gonna use my air control hairspray to kind of give them a hold because I want to just put them into my curls today. So I'm gonna spray it kind of up and under so that it holds them right there. So up and kind of under. So the hairspray's down here and it's shooting up at this angle and it's gonna help kind of clump those together and keep them out of my face. And then as an all over first, I'm going to also use, which I've used this, you guys have seen me use this lots of times before, but it's the Pure Abundance Hair Potion by Aveda. And I love this. This creates a grip and a texture to your hair unlike any other. So I feel like for volume, this thing, especially if you have that hair where it just slides right out, the curls, the back combing, this stuff helps tremendously. You just sprinkle that, it's a powder, and then it melts to a liquid from the heat of your scalp, and if you just sprinkle it all over. So see how I can do that to my hair? That's what it's from, is from that Pure Abundance Potion. It really does help a ton with keeping that texture to the hair. So, and then I'm gonna finish off with my Aveda Firmata hairspray. I love this hairspray. It's a strong hold, so you don't need much of it. And then you just spray throughout, and it kind of gives you that textured, piecey look and a hold. So I've tried a bazillion texturizing sprays, and I can't manage to find one that I love. I would just rather spray with the Firmata hairspray to texturize and piece and separate, and then it also creates hold. So yeah, I have found that honestly, like a dry shampoo and a texturizing spray a lot of the times are real similar. And I like the Kenra Dry shampoo. It gives you texture to the hair, but then it also absorbs oil. I haven't tried the Orbe brand, is one that I haven't tried, which is on my list to get. So I want to get that one. But yeah, so that's it. Super simple. You can definitely still do this with any hair length. The Kevin Murphy bedroom hair is a good one. I'll have to try that one. How long does it take me to do my hair? I don't know. I didn't even notice what time I started, but I don't think it takes very long. From start, like on second day hair, I can usually do it pretty dang quick. So maybe 15, 20 minutes, 20 minutes probably. You use Olaplex shampoo and conditioner without the professional. Yes, you can use that without the professional application. Obviously, if your hair is really damaged, I do recommend getting the professional application and then following up with 4 and 5 at home. So, okay, I think we are good. Thank you all for watching this live, and I will link some of these things. Let's see. I will link some of these things. Sorry, I'm trying to answer some questions. Will you have to wash your hair tonight, or will you wake up with a total rat nest if you don't? So no, I don't wash my hair. I usually go 2 to 3 days without washing my hair. So tonight I will just lightly comb through it with my Tangle teezer brush that I told you guys about. I'll just lightly comb through that, and then it's good in the morning. So because you're not back combing like all of your hair, it doesn't turn into a rat's nest. You're just back combing that 1/2 inch right at your root. That is the only place you're back combing, so that's the only place you have that. It's not everywhere. So it definitely isn't too hard to comb out. Let's see. Okay, I will link all of, and I will also post what my shadows were. Aveda is not sold at Cosmoprof. It's only in Aveda stores and online. So Aveda stores you can find local to you, I think through the Aveda.com website. Is the eyeshadows a cream? No, they're powders, but I did use a cream blush underneath to kind of make that color pop a little bit. Yes, my whole head is textured. Okay, perfect. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys all have a really good day. You guys pretty much rock my socks off. Or something really cool like that.